until they see where that next circle goes. In the meantime, now Correxy thought he had a compound save, but no! That is the most coincidental run over I have seen in a very long time. James was there to park the car, swings around the corner, lets the foot off the brake, and just runs him over.
He just goes, oh, there's someone in front of my hood. Okay, I guess I'll just continue forward as Correxy now will also find Pow Pow. And what did we just talk about? What did we just talk about, Toby?
You're looking at me as if there's like a blame. I'm sorry. Sorry, Godspeed, for cursing them. It wasn't intentional.
No, it's not cursing them. That's not us. That's on them.
San Martin cutting off those south side rotations. This is going to be hard, and this is the West we were just talking about. Sonics, the remaining two players in Shrimpsy and Kick trying to now fend off against the entirety of TSM.
Well, not only TSM, but 17 also on the backside of this have crashed on the other side of this compound. So this is absolute chaos. Only two members left for Sonics, but they're still fighting back.
Solid damage coming through. TSM fighting 17 on the other side as well. As you were saying, Luke here able to find the double. He's all on his own, so that is a huge double knock coming in. Let's see if Xiao Wu can do some damage in return. The nade is inside, and it's going to find him. Now, does that provide 17 enough time to reset? Currently, there's no other teams in a position from where they can really engage. We have expendables trying to kind of flex out, get off angles. AG Global are doing the exact same thing, but they might actually end up fighting one another because they're both looking to get points off of this fight.
And this was the correct play. As much as it sucks, just let Luke die, get the res on the other members, and then just recover as much as possible. Meanwhile, Sapao has found Duck Juice here. The Expendables now getting in a little of a scuffle here with AGG.
I was just saying, I mean, they were both looking down towards the fight between 17 and TSM for some free points and knocked players. But in doing so, and trying to get the perfect angles to engage in that fight, they ended up running into one another. So a little bit of surprise there as AG Global gets some points gone their way. And also, I think more importantly, now the rest of AG is there. So should this fight pop off once again, there might be a world in which they opt to engage on it. Having said that, Valatai also is over here towards the west. You can kind of see the corner of one of the name tags on your minimap down there on the far left side. So there are a lot of sharks in the water around this compound.
And so Clories, I imagine, would try to take this shack. AGG, though, with a little bit of a magic trick in their back pocket. Yeah, they're gonna have an emergency pickup and the perfect timing to pop it as the circle pops as well. But look at this FaZe and Falcons and Petrichor with the lion's share of this circle.
We gotta talk topography here, because again, how much time do you want to spend in the air? If you're flying all the way down to that gas station, not taking one of the hillside compounds, that is a lot of extra time you're giving your opponents to engage in you. But I think they're going to go down on the Falcon split, as a matter of fact. They know that this is probably not real estate for most of the teams, but the issue is Tianba is already here, ready and waiting. Linshu able to take out Tycon instantly as Sapao gets taken out as well. Third one, that's Sir T. It's just
my goodness!
Of Tianba, and they tear apart the entirety of AG Global.
We were just speaking at how they were just a duo, but that is all they needed to take care of AGG. Beautiful shots coming out from the Tianba duo.
What a salvage. 4 points in the bank as they now get to reset and set up for fights to come. In the meantime, now Clories trying to fend off against what other teams opted to come and say hello in this comp. This could be a very, very good nade. Might get one, might get two, might even get 3 kills if it pops in the right. But
he does!
Cerberus blown to pieces by Clories.
And the solos and duos of this game doing massive work for their teams. Unbelievable.
None of them heard it. None of them saw the nade rolling through the door. They were too busy trying to get the rest up on their fallen teammate. And now Freaks here in a position you would imagine to take out Clories, unless if he has more magic up his sleeve.
And you know what else we miss is the fact that TSM got rid of 17.
Yes.
I mean, we just saw what happened with Clories, and so I like that decision. Just let the solo sit behind you, keep track of him. The rest of us focus forward.
Push your solo and you see what can happen, right? Now the circle swings north. You know what? Thank you, Circle, for not going towards space. We take a water treatment ending. A little highlight of the, I want to say new water treatment, but it's really not new anymore. But different. New-ish. People who are coming back to PUBG maybe for the first time in a while. We'll see maybe if we get some of that area in play. As now Valatai again, I mean, caught in the west side here. Now finally Clories.
No way! No way!
The double initially. 12 bullets left to work with. Has to go for the pre-fire. Swaps on over. Heaven able to take him down with a sawn-off, but oh my God, was that almost a repeat of what we saw before.
Clories trying to make a highlight reel here at a global is just ridiculous, but fortunately for KDF, they shut that down not so quickly, and it got a little sketchy.
Tenvu who? I mean, Clories is your main man now. Holy moly. What an attempt. In any case, I should say, he's down and out, so let's forget about him for now. I'm sure the highlight reels will speak for themselves, as now TSM, of course, saw the commotion, and that's the issue. When you don't fight clean, teams will try and engage on you because of it. Alo able to find the first one. Heaven forced to jump out of the building. They're now in the blue, but the jammer pack will provide him with a little bit more cover. Sonov, straight to the chest of Alo. Nothing you can do about that.
Right in his mouth is not clean at all. Sparking now, ticking down, needs to heal. Oh, he just barely gets it off, but KDF...
He has a copper.
4 members now down to just 2.
Yeah, they gotta leave. They gotta dip. They gotta leave Sparking behind. Sparking, of course, will try and peek on over, see if he can maybe get some kills on this. Finds the first one. Will he go for the second? Yeah, not time enough. Phase 5 hurts like hell, and Guman will be the victor of that fight. But again, had they been able to clear out Glories without taking any casualties, TSM would have never had the chance to push up like this. And now over towards the east we go. Na'Vi and Danawa, they've been driving side by side forever. But here we go. The fight is already full on, and Na'Vi shuts down Danawa.
And Na'Vi really hadn't had to do much at all, but look at Tiamba continuing!
Again? These guys are unstoppable. 7 kills among the 2. They were the first team to take casualties this game, and just like that, again, I mean, we talk about Pow Pow all the time, but it's CC and Lin Shu who are out here dealing damage.
And doing the Lord's work for their team, honestly, because that is a lot of kills for them to come into. Imagine if they had 4, Toby. Imagine if they had 4 members alive, what more they can do. But still with the 2, they're doing... Yeah, they continue to get more.
8 now for the guys. Best of luck. Not quite the same story to be told on his part here. Unfortunately, will fall down as BB team struggle once again to really get a whole lot going. Coming into tomorrow, starting in 14th place is where they're going to be set. Now with FaZe Clan, they have control of the western side of this water treatment hill. Tianba really, for now, the only team that has to make a move. But of course, they're still waiting, wanting to see where this next circle is going to take us.
And FaZe with actually such a great position in this circle. Those ridge lines are fantastic for control, as well as just harassing the other teams coming in from their rotations. Falcons will have a little bit of a dip to play there just ahead of them, and so they'll be okay for the time being, but they're going to have to contest with Na'Vi, who's going to want to rotate into the circle.
Well, you know what? That's our third-party opportunity. I think that's what Falcons are doing right now. Sat, ready to jump in their cars, ready to pounce on any chance they get. That isn't just the let's just move north. They want to see if maybe Tiamba can get a knock on a FaZe player, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Hagatori able to find Lin Shu, and while we've seen an impressive game out of the duo from Tiamba, I'm afraid that they probably don't have a whole lot more to say in this match.
For Na'Vi, who had a slow start, having 5 kills already in this circle and now making it to the end game, and as you can see, they're actually posturing towards Falcons. This could be a very strong finish for them.
Definitely could be. They're appreciating the fact that Daytrade and Petrichor are kind of keeping each other in check inside the water treatment proper. None of these 2 teams really too eager to flex out and take control on the hillsides. They're just, for now at least, playing placements, which makes perfect sense given where they're currently sat on the leaderboards.
This is so smart from Na'Vi, though, holding out Falcons, knowing that they have to move forward into that dip. Doing a lot of CC just needs to die for Na'Vi. He has been such a thorn in their side, but now they can finally fully focus on the team ahead of them, which is the Falcons below. Very fortunate that second shot didn't come through and actually knock him. Look at the amount of nades towards Falcons.
That vehicle was bait. Indeed it was. It granted you a bit of cover, but not for long. But there's a response from Falcons coming in phase though, and this is the position we were just talking about. Push forward, set up the perimeter, and Falcons are now starting to realize that they should have engaged on this much, much earlier. There's no way they get out of this dip now with teams positioned on both sides.
The problem for Falcons is they were so concerned about the 2 members of Tiamba on the south side that they took so long to get here, which also allowed Na'Vi, we talk about timings all the time, Na'Vi to get above them, and that basically spelled doom, because then once that happened, FaZe realized that it was their turn to play, and they came in and just decimated the team with the help of Na'Vi.
Headshot come through for Hagatori, and you're completely right in your understanding of that situation. As now James peeks on forward, finds one, gets the double. As on approach and finds the third. That's going to be Vex and Na'Vi. I thought they might have a play to make from there, but not to be. Shut down instantly by FaZe, who soars to the top, now in second.
And meanwhile, Corexy putting the brakes onto Daytrade as they tried to make a push and maybe make something of this fight. Third party if possible, but not even a chance. And then still Gustav holding Petrichor.
I mean, the timing couldn't be any better for Daytrade. Either they had a guy knocked, they wanted to get him back to safety. With FaZe coming in and cleaning up, that allows for Daytrade to back off. The only issue is with them aggressing as hard as they did to that position, Gustav had to back off. He knew that he had all of Petrichor pushing out this other side. He had to back off, regroup with the team, which actually to some extent is going to put Daytrade, if they can reset fast enough, in a very, very prime position to take this fight against both these teams.
But the problem now for FaZe is the fact that Gustav had to back off, and look at this, Petrichor now cornering the team of FaZe as they're starting to get a healthy amount of damage in. Corexy down to half HP.
Oh, Gustav was in the smoke. I thought maybe he could catch them by surprise, but Chewy ain't gonna let that happen. More nades now been left on forward, but as you're seeing here, Petrichor too has to realize that what they're currently doing to FaZe could potentially be done by Daytrade to themselves, so they cannot over-aggress on this. They're using util mainly. Ike's, if you can see, he wants to get rid of these opponents, but he can't fully commit to the push.
And the smoke's still covering Petrichor so well that they can still maneuver around this, but a Knave will at least back off Ixless for the time being. Blue zone grenades as well. FaZe doing everything they can to survive.
Daytrade had to pick their poison. The poison is going to be FaZe. They're setting up on the southern side of this circle, expecting maybe FaZe to try and wrap back towards water treatment proper. But neither of these two teams are wanting to give this fight up just now. Both Petrichor and FaZe are thinking right now, how do we make this a third party in our favor? How do we force Daytrade to attack the other team than where we're currently positioned? Because I think both FaZe and Petrichor knows we are not in the prime position to win this fight. We need Daytrade somehow to join this fight, but right now it ain't happening. Ixleft peeks on over, but again, as you can see, instantly falls back, understanding the situation they're in.
I was going to say, Daytrade actually have so much room to work with and move forward, but they're actually opting to just sit back.
I mean, there's definitely a world in which they could have won this game already.
Exactly.
But understandable, again, I mean, with where they are on the leaderboard, with how tight things are, play for the win. Don't play for a kill or two extra on a third place, because believe me, once Daytrade peek over, if they did with both FaZe and Petrichor kind of separated, they would just both turn on Daytrade coming out of that compound. So now, a 3-1 split, or 2-1 make that split, with Belmont and Flash towards the north. Norris is holding the south. They're trying to go for both of them at the same time.
As they should. Get a little bit involved here.
Force them closer.
Yeah, exactly. Start hurting them closer and closer together so they can get these knocks going and get some points.
They're seeing these nades now. Petrichor that is realizing, wait, those didn't come from the other side, and Belmont is now starting to join the party. We'll see with the Ixleft down if that's going to allow for FaZe to push further forward, as Petrichor is forced to make the move towards them. Fex able to fight the second.
And Petrichor now just down to 2 members, Ming and Summer. Ming on 1 HP essentially is just trying to recover for them, but Corexy will step over and find Summer.
These trades back and forth are going in favor of one team and one team only. Daytrade, they're slow on their approach, but they want to secure this win. It's just Ming left alive, trying to take down the entirety of what is a 3-man Daytrade. Sat here, ready and waiting to pounce, and now the flash is dropped on forward. Here comes the peak, headshot connected, and they will win the final game of the day. What an amazing finish by Daytrade to corral the two opposing teams into one another and set themselves up for a phenomenal end of that Miramar game.
And we wondered why they didn't get involved a little earlier. Maybe they could have got a few more points, but you're absolutely right. Just wait for the opportunity. It will come, especially if we're hurting them into each other, making sure that they fight, and then we just clean it up. Beautifully played by Daytrade.
So close. Teams, if you think about from 17 all the way down to, I would say, BB Team and Cerberus, one win suddenly puts you in the question for, are we going to be challenging for podium here? So Cameron, coming into tomorrow, there is so much to play for in 6 games.
There really is, and that means even though Na'Vi got a good bump in position, I think they were coming into this last round in